Now that I am 100% coherent, figured I'd talk about a car that I never really quite talked about before. As I stated in the last video, if someone wanted me to talk about a vehicle that we have out here only, just post it down in the comment section. Well, someone wanted me to go over and talk about a car over in a salvage yard, and well, the salvage yard is closed. I have to have permission in order to get in there now, and I don't want to bother him because he's enjoying retirement. So, I want to talk about the 1970 Mercury Cougar. And also it's kind of a good thing too, because now I'm showing this for the Mercury Car Club. It still does not want to be named. I don't remember this being on the ground, but I got the hood over there just enough to where I didn't hurt myself, so that's because I'm still recovering. I have to wait 2 weeks in order to lift some decent stuff like this, but I can't fully work on cars. I got this, oh gosh, how long ago did I get this? Back in what, 2019, 2018? And brought it home around 2020, somewhere along the lines. It's, I can't remember what kind of code it is, but it's for the 351. But these are not marked for either Windsor or Cleveland, and they had a Cleveland shortage in 1970 to 1973. But I do have a Cleveland for this, and it is factory AC. And this hood is actually no good. It's just trash through and through. I have to replace the wheel wells on each side. Yeah, it was a factory type of green. I can't remember what that was called, but that's that very common base green that Ford and Mercury did on their cars. Yeah, had a brake booster, power disc brakes in the front, normal rear axle in the back. And as you can see here, with all the options right there, with standard heater and AC. Of course, right there is the vacuum system and what's left over of the hideaway headlights, which I have yet to try and find something for this. But yeah, the wheel wells are damaged. I need to replace them. 69 and 70 will cross over. I need new fenders in the front as well on both sides. These are not savable because, as you can see by the level of Bondo, and every Cougar hood actually had one of these factory ones in it. This is not the factory hood because this is red. Don't know what happened to the original. But this is actually my favorite kind of year Cougar, the 1970, because of the big old nose going down the middle. It needs a lot of work. The unibody, it's straight, it's true, but I do need a new roof skin, which I'll show in a moment. I need to get some keys made or fitted for this, so that way I can get into the trunk. Make sure I don't hit the 28 Willys Night Whippet. We thought it was a 29, but it turns out to be a 28. She's gutted. Some stuff left over. It's going to be modernized, and I'm going to modernize that Cleveland. It was a factory floor shift. I don't know what's good yet, and what's tossable. Common thing on the floor for these to be like that. I don't want to sit in the car because it's kind of hard to get in and out at. So, since I still have my staples in, I do not want to pull them. I want to turn this into electrical windows both sides, including the back windows. Back small, rear seat, just like the Mustang. There's room back there even for me to sit. I sat back there once. Quite comfortable still. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this was sitting since the earlier mid-1990s because of how everything is. And when I get to this, I will be painting it like a ebony emerald forest green with black stripes on it. Just kind of dress it up a little bit. Doors are still extremely good on it, which is quite lucky. There's some, dings here and there. I'll have to straighten stuff up. But yeah, these fenders are just no good. If there was no Bondo on there, you know, like this, yeah, I wouldn't be afraid to redo it, but I still have yet to kind of strip this. I don't have nothing flat to get that up. No, I do not. I don't know if this is even a factory antenna or not for the darn thing. I think this is just a product of the 1970s or 80s. But yeah, the roof 69 and 70 crosses over from one another. It needs to be replaced from pretty much all the way down here on the top. I may have to end up making my own. Yeah, and the paint I want to get for this is pretty thick. I can't remember what it's called, but when you put it on, it looks like as if it has a vinyl top on it. I can't remember what the gear ratio is for these things. And like the Thunderbird, it had those tail lights in the back that would signal from the middle to the sides. That type of animation. I can't remember what it's called. The trunk in these are actually pretty big. Goes from here up in the front. I actually had the keys for this once, but when it first came home and I got it down on the ground, some kids stole some 15-inch car tires and the keys to this. Yeah, so I gotta take the locks out and go get them fitted sometime. Heck, I still have yet to do that for a Cherry Bomb Victoria. Not much to really say about this car, other than just she's just rough. See, of course, unibody. I think almost every Cougar was unibody. I can't quite remember. But yeah, she's rough, but not too rough. Highly savable. Parts off of a Mustang like mine, like the 73 here, will cross over. Stuff in the front, rear axles will cross over with no issues, because Cougars were actually made to be a little bit longer than Mustangs. But I think the Mustangs in the early 70s, I think from 71 to 74 were just long, if not just a tad bit longer than the 70 Cougars. Because these were actually a tad bit longer than the 70 Mustang over there, which is Dangerstang. Which is interesting. We got a 70 Cougar and a 70 Mustang now. So when both of these, you know, get going, we can actually put them side by side and compare them. And, you know, what's left of the of the dashboard, that kind of tells you how long this car has actually been sitting. Yeah, factory dashboard, it's really too far gone. Can I actually lift this up? Well, maybe I can just flip it over. Yeah. What's left of it, of course, is no good, obviously. But I also found it interesting too that it has a light right there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure some kids own this, because I pulled like, I don't know, 5 miles of speaker wire out of this darn thing when I first got it. I don't have no hideaway headlights for it. Similar headlight system functionality like the 70 Cyclone GT. My 68 Galaxy XL Fastback also has hideaway headlights. Has the wrong front clip for it, but the wheel wells are right. I have a frame. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3 cars that have hideaway headlights. And when this gets done, along with the Cyclone GT, I'll even put them together and compare them. It's kind of strange how Mercury had all this stuff, you know, going. Kind of like, you know, Ford Division had all these other cars going, all different sizes. I always found that fascinating, of how they had all these branches and brands and designs out. Looking underneath this kind of factory spoiler, which isn't too bad, needs some straightening. Turn signal right here. My other one is actually still in pretty good shape, but the wiring that goes into the housing, it needs to be redone. I think this had a singular horn. I don't think it was a double. I think it was just singular. Yeah. Does look like a decent color, whoever painted it, but the purple with the silver, I'm not much of a fan of. So, but yeah, I'll paint it the forest emerald green and black. Got to figure out some sort of a decent design for it. Other than that, there's really not much else to talk about the car. And again, I do apologize for making these blog videos. I'm just still recovering from surgery. They did a number on this. They did an absolute number on this. This entire fender here needs to be replaced. The rails on this are still pretty good, but I have to check once I jack it up to see if there's any damage caused by the leaf springs from it being moved. I don't know what that's doing under there. Surprised I actually lifted that up. The trunk deck, I think it's still savable. You know, just pull some stuff out right here, but it too has some Bondo here and there, so I don't know. Again, it's pretty decent shape compared to other Cougars that I've seen and found in the past. So, and someone once asked me if I prefer Mercury over Ford. In honesty, yeah, I do. I actually extremely love Mercury because I want to get a, yeah, this is kind of a dream thing, but a 48 Mercury half-ton short box and a 48 Mercury 3/4 ton long box. And then a 59 Mercury M100. And then a 55 Mercury M100. So pretty much 4 Mercury's pickups I want to try to get from Canada. But good luck on those. So yeah, I love my Mercury a lot more than I do Ford. So there's a bit of information that you all can have now. What's left of the box on the 28 Willys Night Whippet pickup. Everything was metal except for the box. So, but there you go. Everything in a nutshell. Again, I do apologize about this video being just a blog. You know, I'm still recovering from surgery. At least I'm 100% coherent now. Instead of being buzzed off of my noggin from the hospital stuff that they give you. But not well enough yet to lift up stuff like this and yeah, I can pick up stuff, but the doctor said, yeah, since it was so deep and everything, and no hard labor. So, pretty much everything in the nutshell. When Tucker's home next week, we'll talk about steel reproduction bodies from stuff that we're going to do from those two, the 36 Oldsmobile, 31 Oldsmobile, and you guys get the idea of what we're going to do, or at least try to start out with. So I guess that's everything in a nutshell. Again, apologize I can't show too much on this car. I can't lift up too much. Even lifting up the hood a little bit kind of hurts some staples. So please take in consideration of liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Love these small pony cars for some reason. Don't know why. There's even the other smaller, you know, pony cars of Chevy and Dodge that I like as well. But in the end, I'll always pick a Mercury. Just don't know why. I just love Mercury. So alrighty. Y'all have a good night. Take care and stay safe. See you later. And thanks again for the support.